I always had a heart for women, and I knew that somehow God was going to have me work with women. And then we thought, okay, we intertwined the two. So it is definitely it was the marketing strategy to brand the brand, but it's also an opportunity to empower women.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Creole Narratives podcast. I'm your host, Fadia Patterson. This space is all about amplifying Haiti, and joining me is Dr. Sandra Justice, a very dynamic woman in the Haitian community, the former Miss Haiti. Sandra, thank you so much for joining me on the Creole Narratives podcast.
Thank you so much, Ms. Fadia, for inviting me. It's truly an honor for me to be with you here today. I think what you're doing is such an powerful thing, and so many people, you're giving a platform to a lot of people to listen to you and to empower people.
Yes, and I'm so happy that you can join me to have this girl talk. I want to learn more about you, your career, your life. You're an actress, and I'm so pleased to meet a Haitian actress.
Yes, so a little bit about me. I came to the United States when I was only 6 years old. And coming into the United States, my mom sent for me. And once I got here to the States, it was a lot of challenge. I'm sure you've heard with a lot of people, maybe yourself, that we weren't received well. And one of the things I have to say is, with all the challenges I went through, being going to school here in the United States, being picked on, calling me Haitian, for some reason, I never once said to myself, oh, I don't want to be Haitian. Or, you know how some people would hide the fact that they were from Haiti. They would say, oh, I came from Canada, or I was born in Paris, or I'm mixed, I'm Jamaican, I'm this. That is something that I never had to do. I was always very, very proud. One of the things I said to myself is, one day I want to grow up and make it big, and when I do, so I can prove to them that Haitian, we're people too. We're smart, we're beautiful, we're talented, we're gifted. And the same way people like Garcelle Beauvais and so many other Haitians before us made us so proud, the Wyclef Jean, when we're watching them on TV. I said, you know what? I want to create platforms for young women who are from Haiti, and even if they're not from Haiti, just women, period, to be proud of who they are, their roots, and where they came from, wherever that may be.
Yeah, and how much of that do you think is the lack of knowing the history of Haitians, and just how amazing that country is with their fight for independence?
The truth of the matter is, I didn't go to school in Haiti. I went to school in America. So I'm saying that there's not enough information out here. I'm not saying there isn't, but growing up here, maybe in school in Haiti, they were taught the history, and there's a lot of stuff they find out. But here for us, you really have to want to learn, to go into search mode, to really know what's going on, So I don't think it was as accessible. Now times have changed. Technology has advanced. So I don't want to make it seem like we can't find information. But I don't think we kept great records like a lot of other countries. So if you have to really be passionate about Haiti and have a heart for Haiti, to educate yourself. And that was something that I said to myself I wanted to do, because again, I don't know, it's something about Haiti, man. Même si t'es fait là, ou bien son parent qui t'es fait là, somehow you feel rooted in that place, and you have a love for it. That it's a love that I can't explain.
It's such a rich culture and a rich history. Every time I'm learning even more about it, because there's so much that we can share.
I like to tell people, as much as I'm Haitian, I'm American too. But I always tell people this. I love my Kaimi and I love my new edition. Give me 112. Give me my griot. I love my KFC. It's like, it's just what some of us are. It's hard. We have the best of both worlds. Qui veut dire que nous aimons Haïti à tout cœur nous, mais lorsque c'est un peu dans nous fait ici, the Haitian Americans, ou bien nous venons ici petit, nous avons attachement avec pays en tout.
Yeah. I love how you just pointed out the intersectionality that Haitian women and everyone who's of Haitian descent deal with. Like we're going back and forth between English and Creole. Like that's literally what happens in our household all the time.
Exactly.
That's amazing. So, can you talk to me more, Sandra, about your time coming to being Miss Haiti, and what was that experience like for you? I'm sure it was a great honor.
That I have to say that experience really changed my life. Growing up here, yeah, I love Haiti, but I didn't really care about it like that. I mean, let's dire à ce point au fait la cale. I'm ah, ça can pas McDonald's. Why we have to eat that all the time? And I started slowly getting into my roots. And it was just a lot of people around me telling me, oh, there's a pageant. You should run for Miss Haiti. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't know. Just pas vraiment come see, get into that. But they talked me into it. And I said to myself, you know what? I think I'm going to go for it. And I think it was one of the best decisions I made. At the time when I won Miss Haiti, c'est comme si m'bal plus valeur konya que l'aime te gen là. It was a great experience for me. It made me feel like a role model, for many people. And then I always wanted to, always wanted to represent my country. And I think that was a wonderful way to represent my country. So when somebody would meet me, and a lot of times, well, you know how it is. Oh, you don't look Haitian. You don't look this, and it's like, how Haitian's supposed to look? And being able to carry that title and educate people about my culture and our people was something for me that was groundbreaking.
This year is the 105th anniversary of Miss Haiti. Did you know that? It's
I
been
did
around.
not know that.
It's been around that
That
long.
wow.
So when you
that's
became
that's
Miss,
amazing.
yeah, it's over a century now,
Amazing.
right? So when you
Yeah.
became Miss Haiti, you joined the ranks of someone like Claudette Fouchard, who's well
Mhm.
known. She was on Jet magazines. She was on Essence, I believe, on a lot of magazines. What did that mean to you?
Well, I know I met one of the former Miss Hades that was at my pageant. I may have been her. Not 100% sure, but I know when I won that pageant, I have to say, I've never done pageants before. And I always thought pageants were so vain. It's a bunch of girls all caught up in their looks, and it's so superficial. That's how I used to view it. But then after I got through the experience, which is kind of that way a little bit for a group of people, but it just opened so many doors for me. I mean, like when I walk into a place or I'm doing something and I say former Miss Haiti, people are usually very impressed and very proud. And that also is a crown you wear for the rest of your life because everywhere you go and no matter what you do, you're representing your country and your culture. So it was something that was great for me that I later on carried into my film life, TV commercial life. So until this very day, how I spinned off into doing pageants myself. Now, I never thought I've done after Miss Haiti. I did a couple of few other pageants. I was in the Latin world too, the Spanish pageants. I was able to do a pageant which was all Spanish, and I managed to be the third runner-up. That which was a really big deal because it was all in Spanish. But all these things helped me spin off into film production, movie making, and TV commercials that I'm doing now. And I never thought I would have gone back to into the pageant world because again, even though you have a lot of women who are strong, wise, you have the superficial too. And I used to say to myself, I don't want to be a part of something that is so superficial, where women are focused so much on the outside and they do nothing for their spiritual life with Christ. So,
Right.
but for me to be doing what I'm doing now, I don't I don't even want to call it a pageant. I more want to call it a ministry because when I get with a group of women, we go beyond just how you look on the outside.
Right. And I can affiliate it with a brand. Choucoune is a very popular brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, how did you create that brand? Did you start with, okay, the soda, the pop that you have, and then the the pageant, and how did they work together?
Okay, I never thought I'd come back into pageantry again because I thought it was so superficial. But when I was speaking to the owner of Choucoune, Mr. Napoleon, at the time I was talking with Publix, Walmart, setting, coordinating meetings in between. And I thought to myself, I said, you know what? It would be if they're going to cross over, because I was sure I was going to get the accounts open. If they're going to cross over, they're going to need something bigger than that even though they're hitting the, even though he's hitting the Haitian community, he's gonna need something bigger. It's gonna need to be something creative. I have a marketing background, okay?
Yeah.
So somehow, as I was thinking, it was an epiphany. I says, well, Choucoune was from the 1800s. She was a real woman. Her name is Marie Noël Belizer. And I had this epiphany that why don't we look for a modern day Choucoune? And it was just a marketing tactic. But at the same time, I always had a heart for women. And I knew that somehow God was going to have me work with women. And then we thought, okay, we intertwined the two. So it is definitely it was a marketing strategy to brand a brand, but it's also an opportunity to empower women because it's culture. When you think about Choucoune, if you know the story, Marie Noël Belizer from Cape Haitian Haiti, she had an admirer named um, Oswald Dula, I believe, but it was not, he was a poet. Et puis, il était tellement aimé Marie Noël, he nicknamed her Choucoune. And then Oswald, who does poetry, wrote a poem called Shukun. That poem was later turned into a song. And did you know that song was sung by Harry Belafonte, which is a American legend? I don't know if you know who he is, but Harry Belafonte is huge in the Americas. Celia Cruz sang the song Shukun. Josephine Baker, she sang the song as well. There's Eartha Kitt sang the song. So we kind of see Shukun as our stolen legacy. So here's an opportunity for women to represent their culture, teach people, because we do a lot of educating as well, teach people about our culture, all while keeping the brand alive.
That's amazing. That song crossed over because I think
Yes, it comes.
it was even sung in Jamaica and a different it
Harry
was called
Belafonte, Bluebird.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's called Yellowbird or
Yes.
Bluebird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yellowbird. He sung a lot of
Yellowbird.
Haitian songs. Like he sang Haiti Chérie, I think. Yeah, so that's just
Yes.
amazing.
So basically it's modern day Shukun. Toute femme haïtienne sont Shukun. You're a Shukun Fadia.
I hope to be. Yeah, I love that. And
Yeah.
I love that she's from Okap. That's where my mom's from. So
Me
even better.
too. I'm from
Yeah.
Okap.
So
Okay.
how often do you visit Haiti?
Not often enough, to be honest with
Yeah.
you, but I am praying that Miss Shukun and we've been trying to go to Haiti, but I want to make sure it's safe for her and myself, of course. So hopefully that is something that we plan on doing this year.
Yeah, these last few years in Haiti have been a lot. I mean, for you as a Haitian American, a woman of Haitian descent, I'm sure a
Mm-hmm.
day doesn't go by that you don't think about it because it's very
Oh my
much.
gosh.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? I mean, what are the conversations like with family? Do you have family back there? Do you have family here that are concerned?
I have a lot of family back in Haiti, of course, a lot here in the States. And it's just one of those situations. I feel like it's really, really sad that ever since I can remember, it's pray for Haiti, pray for Haiti. And we're going to continue praying because we believe in prayer. And we're just hoping for the best. But meanwhile, while we're here, people like you and we can do our part the best way we can. And that's to educate people. Because when I did the Miss Choucoune International, we had a lot of people there that were not Haitian. There was a lot of étrangers, and they were so proud because we had images of Haiti. They said, we didn't know they had such beautiful images. I said, yeah, Haiti's a beautiful country. Because every time you Google Haiti right now, all you see is barbecue or, something, not very nice images,
Right.
basically.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember going to
So,
Haiti and I brought back pictures and people were questioning was that the actual country? And I'm like, why would I? It's not AI, it's real.
yeah,
You go to the
yeah.
beaches. Okap is beautiful. There are other
I know.
places.
I'm from Mocap.
Yeah, Okap is gorgeous. The beaches in Okap are
Yeah.
gorgeous. If it was safer, if flights weren't an issue, I think a lot of people
Uh-huh.
would be able to go. So, yeah, that's the
Yeah.
issue you're dealing with when you talk about
Mm.
Haiti. So, what's next for you? I know you do a lot of acting. Are there any other projects we can see you in right now to support you?
Yes. I've done TV commercials like KFC TV commercials, the Western Diplomat TV commercial. I've done a couple of films. I've also executive producer to a few films. I'm on Tubi, Amazon. If you Google Sandra Justice,
Yeah.
some of the movies come on. We have Bay Night. That's before anyone else. It's a feature film. It's on Tubi and Amazon. Just My Type, Loving Till It Hurts. And then, of course, there's Queen's Kings. And there's been a few other TV shows that I've been blessed to make a special guest appearance on, like TV shows like Burn Notice, The Glades. I've done various TV commercials overseas in Peru and St. Lucia for medications. So, making movies is what I do. Okay. And I plan to be doing more, look out for more films.
Yeah, you've been honored for your work. I see you got an award. I believe it's the Presidential Award.
Yes, I've done so many different things. Sometimes it's really hard to brag on yourself or talk about yourself, but I've been in the community for a while. I've done a few things, a few projects. In order to get to where I'm at today and doing all the wonderful things that God has blessed me with, I have a lot of relationships in the community. I know a lot of people in the community, and I've given my time, I've given my advice, I've given my support, and that's one of the reasons that Dr. D. Thompson, who is one of the people licensed here in Florida to give out that award, thought that it was well deserved to me because she's mentored me for years and seen how I relentlessly am in the community, constantly being part of something wonderful.
Yeah, since this episode is all about female empowerment, are there any other Haitian women that you're seeing, your colleagues that you want to lift up and applaud right now for the work that they're
My
doing?
gosh, there's so many. I don't want to get in trouble. Like all of the Haitian American Nurses Association, I've been blessed to MC their event for the past, I don't know, 6 or 7 years. These women are some incredible women doing some great things in the in the world. Of course, my mom, who's just such an amazing, strong person. I have Miss Choucoune Pageant. She inspires me, and God could not have blessed us with a better Miss Choucoune International. This woman is resilient, she's strong, she's intelligent, she's not just a beautiful shell, and we're getting ready to take submissions for our new Miss Choucoune. And this Angie is, my gosh, she's going to be a very tough shoes to fill.
So, how can you apply if you want to submit to the pageant?
They can go to misschoucoune.com and all the information's there. But we are definitely looking for the next group of girl. We had the most amazing group of women. I had fun working with the previous group. I'm looking forward to the next group so much more. They get to win, and so much more they get to be a part of. They get to be a part of history. Honored to be able to create a project that it's really motivate, inspire, and uplift women.
We love to see it. Sandra Justice, thank you so much for joining the Creole Narratives podcast. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you.
And my pleasure.
Congratulations.
And also you too, Fadia.
I'm your host, Fadia Patterson, and thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Creole Narratives podcast. For more episodes, please follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, and wherever podcasts are available. Again, thank you for joining us in Amplifying IET.